Hello everyone, this is Orlando from A Collector's Dream. And today it's another one of those days. It's hanging out with my cards. This is the third episode of hanging out with my cards. And basically what I do in these episodes is just kind of tell you what I'm doing with my cards in my collection and what I'm doing kind of that day. I'll pull up my cards. When I start looking at them, I'll go ahead and record it and give you guys a good look at some of the stuff I'm looking at. First of all, I want to show this card again. I got some great comments about my Roy Campanella. And when I talked about Roy Campanella being one of the best catchers, I got a lot of comments and stuff, of course, that Yogi Berra was better and, of course, Johnny Bench. And I agree with that. Johnny Bench, I think, is the best catcher ever, in my opinion. And because Yogi played a lot longer than Campanella, I think Yogi has more championships, of course. I think Yogi's ranked right up there too, and maybe second or so. But Campanella definitely is up in the top 5. He didn't play that long, but 3 MVPs, World Series champion. Another one that broke the color barrier. Incredible player. So I just wanted to share that card one more time. And it's just a beautiful card there. Let's get a good look at it. So I've just been looking at that. I showed it a few videos ago. So I also want to thank you guys for all the comments left on on what you're collecting and what you guys are up to with your collection and about the autographs, cards and things like that. I really appreciate all those comments and really enjoy it. That's the best thing about eBay. About YouTube is just listening to you guys and getting all the comments and commenting back. So what I was working on last time was a 78 top set. And if you remember, I didn't have any of them sleeved. They were all, I'm gonna have to move, can't be out of the way here. I didn't have any sleeved. They were just basically all unsleeved in this box, the entire 78 set. So I started sleeving them up, and of course I ran out of sleeves, so I had to go to the card shop. And I did a video of the card shop when I went there. I went and picked up the additional sleeves that I needed, and I sleeved them all up. And what I normally do in my sets, like I've said before, most of these cards, all of these cards, I pulled them out of packs and put the sets together back, and this one is since 1978. All my 70s and 80s sets, I build them out of packs. So what I've been doing here is just kind of reorganizing my collection and going back and really sleeving up all the sets. I started with the 1970. I hadn't even sleeved that up. Sleeved all those up. And now I'm up to 78. I got to go back. There's a few I haven't done 77 yet. And, anyway, I'll be working on those. I'll show them to you as I go along. So I sleeved this whole thing. It's all been in order. And I pulled out all the stars. And what I do is, initially these, when I pulled them from sets, I had them in binders. And then I pulled them out of binders when I moved. And I put them all in a box. And now they're all sleeved up nicely. And the way I store them now is I store them in a box like this, and I put all the stars right on the front. And I put this to block it. These, what I did was I pulled these because last video I was showing the star cards. I mean, not the star, but the kind of the in-action shots. So I pulled all the in-action shots and put them in this little grouping because I'm going to share those with you also, like I did in the first in the Hanging Out with My Cards episode 2. So here is some of the star cards that I've pulled out of this set, the 78 set. So let's see, and this is the number 1 card in the set. So these are all the stars. That's the Lou Brock, William McCovey. So we'll go through there. And these are really going to be in awesome shape because they just came out of packs. Then they were put in my binder and then in this box, and now they've been sleeved up. So that's the history of this entire set since I got it. So I put it together years ago. Now, you know, when I used to open a lot of these packs and I put together a few sets. And back in the day, you know, you really didn't look at centering too much. Now this Ryan is nicely centered. A lot of these are gradable. But I've got other years that I need to grade before this. So, but in those days, you didn't look at centering and stuff, you know. I mean, I just put the sets together. Since I was doing small shows as a dealer, I would sell these sets. And I kept one for me. And again, all the singles, I still have tons of singles and stuff. A lot of them have been sold. Most of the stars, that's the Pete Rose. But this is a really nice set. I like the cards here. It's got a lot of in-action photos, and that's one of the things I wanted to share with you on this set. And the other thing about this set is they didn't produce any more of the All-Star cards. On their regular card, they put the All-Star logo, either American League or National League. So this is Yastrzemski's regular card, but it's this All-Star. There's a Thurman Munson, Gossage. There's the Andre Dawson, second year Dawson. George Brett. Gary Carter. So these are really nice condition. But they're going to be going back in the box for a while. And once I put these back away, so I've already shown them to you, I probably won't pull them out for a long time, maybe a few years or so. Look at that, that's his mustache. Raleigh Fingers when he first started with the mustache. Lupinella. So I put some guys here that maybe are not in the hall now, but I think are gonna be, because when I pull these out, maybe a few years from now, I'll see what's going on with these cards. Then I may get some graded. They're not really, unless these come out like a 10, they're not really worth grading at this point. Maybe 9s also. Yeah, 9s are. That's a nice Robin Yount. Tommy Lasorda. But for me, I'm just going to go ahead and hold on to these. I still have a lot of cards to be graded. More vintage. A lot more vintage than this. So I'll get those done first. Greg Nettles. That reminds me, we're going to be doing a live stream with Greg from Midlife Crisis, Midlife Cards, not Midlife Cards. There's the Carlton Fisk and James Elite Hunters, and that's going to be on Sunday night at 9:30. But I'll fill you guys in. You know, I always go ahead and I'm going to talk about it more in the next videos that I do. I'll be doing more videos before that. That's on Sunday. There's Fred Lynn. There's Tiant. That's a nice one of Tiant. There's Steve Garvey. There's a Mike Schmidt. A little off-centered, but not too bad there. Like I said, I may have other ones. I have to go through my other pile. Tommy John. Ted Simmons. There's a Nolan Ryan. It's one of the better cards from the set there. That Nolan Ryan. A little off-centered, but it's pretty sharp. And there's Reggie. So I really appreciate you guys commenting on my videos, and the one where I talk about the card show, where I asked for some comments on what you guys are doing as far as the autograph cards and the future of the hobby and things like that. I got some really great comments. So I'm going to share some of those, at least talk about some of those comments on the live stream on Sunday night. There's Willie Stargell. So I can share some of your thoughts. You know, I'm going to share my thoughts, and Greg and James will share their thoughts. But now that the economy is changing, you know, we're going to talk about what are you guys going to do and what are you guys doing about changing your collection, at least moving forward. You know, are you going to be doing, getting rid of some cards, focusing a little bit higher end cards, you're going to change your direction and focus on other stuff like autograph cards, like many people are doing that. TTMs become very popular now. Are you going to stick with go back to the vintage, or are you going to do some modern? Are you doing any breaking? Because, you know, for me, I'm going to be going back to pre-war. I probably won't be picking up any of these cards from the 70s. I got them all already, or too many from the 60s. There's the Jack Morris rookie. There you go. That's for Mike. Junk Wax Hero. Should send it off to him. Yeah, I think he's got a few. There's Lou Whitaker. So at the end of the set is the rookies, and these again are numbered 700s. So you got Lance Parrish and Ernie Witt and Dale Murphy, of course. So that's a good one right here. And at the end of the set, you got Jim Cott, and almost right at the last star is Fergie Jenkins. So that's that for the all the stars. Let's get this guy back in here somehow. That's it for as far as all the stars in the set. This covers the all of the either Hall of Famers or guys that are going to be in the Hall of Fame, hopefully. And now what I wanted to show you on this set is a lot of the action shots, and this is one of the things I like about this set. The action shots really started back in the 1971 set, and I showed that some of those on my episode 1 of Hanging Out with My Cards. I showed the 71 set on that, and because I love the action shots, and that 71 is when Topps really started putting action pictures. You know, of course, the famous Thurman Munson card number 5 on that set that has him, you know, tagging the guy out with all the dust and stuff. You know, that's really one of the most famous, really the first real, not the first one, but basically the first one people remember as the first action shot that Topps made. And so the 71 started with a lot. 72 had tons of action shots, including, of course, the in-action cards. And then 73, and they went on, and these are the in-action guys, that cards that don't have just a picture, a portrait. So I wanted to share some of those. There's Mark Fidrych, the bird. He was a great pitcher back then, and he, you know, you could see them pitching in action shots here. Jim Longborg, Phil Garner. Look at that mustache on Phil Garner there. It looks like he popped up. Wasn't a very good hitter. So these are just pictures of actual, you know, game photos. And in those days, I mean, we're talking the 70s. So in the 70s, you know, you didn't have all that ESPN and all that stuff. All we had was just still the 3 basic channels, and you would watch a game maybe once a week. So you didn't have a lot of TV as far as baseball games. So you still would look at these cards and kind of see how these guys, like this guy, look, Ed Halicki, look how he pitched with his arm all the way back behind his back there. That's stuff you didn't see when you just looked at the cards. But when you saw them like in action or in a game, it was a little bit different. There's Don Gullett. So I just like these action shots. So what I did was I went through this whole set and I pulled out all the action shots that I could find in there. Doug Alt, let's go for this one. I pulled together. It was just a cool card, sitting in the dugout, stretching his legs. The other guy's there. This guy's messing with the ball. See all the gloves hanging out there. I just thought that was a cool shot. Not something you see in all the baseball cards. Wayne Twitchell, look how he pitched. And Randy Lurch. Take a look at a few more here. So this set did have a lot of, you know, action type photos instead of just having, you know, the regular, oh, well, that Reggie's an action one there, but a lot of them are just look like the spread, just his face. So here's Bucky Dent. I won't say that, Bucky effing Dent. People hate Bucky Dent. Shortstop. Okay, he's taking a bunt, doing a bunt right there. And look at this guy, how he pitched. Dave Heaverlo. He's just heaving it out there. So that's cool stuff. Look at this one. Mike Flanagan looks like he's throwing the ball right at the camera. Or close to it. There's Del Unser, again, another one. You know, it looks like he's popped up. You got Tippy Martinez. Pretty good pitcher back in the day. A long stride. And then you had some of the action photos for the championships. I think that's Ricky back there. Is that Ricky Henderson? No, I don't think so. If anybody knows who that is, let me know. Well, may tell me in the back. Let's see. Yankees. No, it's probably like Mickey Rivers. I would guess that's probably who that is. Yeah, probably Mickey Rivers. Yankees rallied to defeat Royals. Forget this is in '78. This is definitely not Rick Henderson. Dodgers overpower Phillies in 4. I'm getting old here. But anyway, cool shots here. Look at that. Here's Chris Chambliss, another good Yankee player back in those days. Where's the bat there? It's like you can't see the bat. Jim Sundberg. So I got a few more. Here's Felix Millan. Trying to do a double play there. Probably did do a double play here. Another action shot here. This is a cool action shot here. Lenny Randle. He's out. He's not happy about that. Yeah, Joe Coleman. Just threw the pitch, waiting to see if he got hit. Frank Healy. And another great pitcher, Jerry Koosman. Look at that stride on Jerry Koosman. Well, he was a great pitcher. Overshadowed by Nolan Ryan, of course. But, you know, he was at one time just as good or even better in the beginning of his career. Look at Jerry Koosman's stats here. In '68, he was 19-12. Then he was 17-9. Then 12-7. So he has really good years. People forget. Look at that year. 18-12 with a 2.08 ERA. 17-9, 2.28. So the first years, Jerry is the only lefty in Mets history to have over 1,000 strikeouts. So in the beginning, he was actually better than Ryan. There's another action shot here of Tommy Helms. You got Dan Stanhouse. There's Lee May waiting at first base here for a ball. And then good old Mickey Rivers here. Looks like he also struck out there. And Steve Mingori. So that gives you a good idea of what the 1978 top set looks like, with some of the action shots, some of the stars that are in there. Went through all the stars, so give you guys a good look at who's in there. So just to give you a good look, it's a beautiful set. There's a lot of people that really collect this set. A lot of YouTubers that really, you know, were born around this era in the 70s, especially you know, I think '78. I think John Wade Boggs fan collects this set, and a few others. So it's a really cool set. I've got it all now, all put away nicely, and it'll be saved there for the future. So thanks guys for watching. Really appreciate you guys comments and stuff, and I'll be putting out a few more videos, and I'll let you know exactly when we're going to have that live stream, but it's going to be on Sunday at 9:30 if nothing changes, and I'll go ahead and post that when we get closer to that date and everything's all set. So last look at that Roy Campanella and put him away also for a little bit. I've been showing him a little bit too much, but people wanted to see it again, and some people just love it, just like I do, especially people that like these yellow backgrounds. I love the yellow backgrounds. So thanks for watching, guys. Truly appreciate your comments and support. Please like and subscribe. This is Orlando from A Collector's Dream. Thank you for hanging out with my cards. Have an awesome day.